It took a while for Rachel Jones to come to this point.
I know that I'm not the only one fighting to pick up the pieces.
But now she tells me she's ready to tell her story.
I really thought that I would file the claim and that my home would be repaired.
She's discovering it isn't that simple. Much of her community, Medford Estates, burned down.
It was just devastating. It looked like apocalyptic.
After the property's cleanup was done, her insurance, Allstate, began her own rebuilding process. The porch has been cleaned up, melted vinyl has been removed, and her windows are now fixed.
This tinting on these windows were melted and sagging. So those did get replaced.
But the back and forth with Allstate has brought problem after problem and months of headache. Jones says the vinyl color Medford Estates requires isn't offered by the company Allstate works with. She found a local company that has the color, but says it was rejected by the insurance company. She brought in a contractor to get the measurements Allstate requires, but that too hit a snag.
They are not including profit and overhead for him, so they're saying they won't pay him, that they are just going to pay for the materials, basically.
Jones says her contractor won't work for free, and without Allstate's support, he stopped his work. Now it's a waiting game. She knew the process would take time, but nothing like this.
We had the fire disaster, and now we're facing this. And it's really just like a trauma on top of a trauma.
Jones is worried she could face eviction. Medford Estates does on-site inspections. She says the property is owned by a California corporation that is strict about properties meeting its standards. And she's already gotten 2 notices saying her home doesn't meet that.
My home is still in disrepair. So the 3rd notice is the final notice.
Feeling helpless as she tries to manage her way between the 2 corporations, she's now put up the sign to let her community know what's going on.
It's not that I don't care or that I'm indifferent to the way my home looks. There is actually a reason why my home looks the way it does.
I just want my home.